Okay, everyone, I just wanted to talk about some details about responsive images. And responsive images are ones that will flex to the different screen sizes that you're creating in your projects at the moment. What I have here is actually a little quick project that I developed this morning that actually shows how to create a responsive image, and I've already put it together. And you can see, let me just go through these different parts. So we have the beginning of our document in the head. And within that head I have a style sheet. Now this style sheet can be internal as I have it right here, or you can have it on a separate external style sheet as I've shown in other tutorials. Okay, so the difference here, instead of having a pixel width for our image, which we've been doing so far, I instead have a percentage in the image. And this is similar to how we work with divs, but we need to do it on the image tag. So if you have multiple images, you'll have to have different class names. But here, I'm just, right now, by using the image tag, every image that I resize will be 50% of the width of that present div that I have. Okay, so, and that div doesn't have any styling at this moment. I could add in some styling to it. So let's see here. I'll put in for that class, I'll do content, and then width is 100%, and then height is 600 pixels, and I'll close. So now I have some styling for that. So things should be about the same right here. Now, pardon me, let me just make sure I have all my content set up right here. Content. Okay, that looks great. And so now I'm going to change my different views. So if I go out to a larger view, you see that the image actually changes its size. So here I'm at a 420 by 750 size image, or size page. And then I go all the way down to a small page, which this is going to be for a, what it's called now, a feature phone. This actually was originally what the iPhone 3GS size was, but I guess they've updated it here as something not as high-tech as it used to be. Okay, so, and then for here you can see we have the 480 by 800 size. Okay, so this is what we'll do it. Now, just remember, now if I wanted to have two of these, so I'll bring in two of the same image. Okay, I'll have two areas in this page, and I'm going to so let me just bring in another image here. And I'll put that in the same div, so it's going to be right underneath. Alright, so we have two of these now, right underneath of each other. And this one right now, they're styling at the same size. So I have this, and then we go to here, the same size, and then we go back down to here, same size. So, but I want to style these so they're different sizes. Okay, so I'm going to change this, instead of being on the image tag, I'm going to make a class. So I'm going to have img1. So that's going to be this one, and I can put a class right in here into the image class. So it's the img class, and then I'm going to do img1. Okay, so that'll be this one. Okay, so you can see how that's already changed because this one doesn't have the styling on it yet, the second one. Okay, and then I'm going to make a new class that's going to be img2. I'm going to give this a width smaller just to show the difference here. I'm going to do 10% and height auto. And why we do auto, this is something where if you remember from working in other imaging programs, this deals with talking about aspect ratio. Okay, and what this is, not to get into this too deeply, you can look up aspect ratio for photographic imagery online too, but when you talk about aspect ratio, this is going to be keeping the original size and the width and height in the same ratio as it originally was. Okay, so it won't distort the imagery that you have. It will just shrink it and scale it to the original sizes. Okay, so now that we have that image 2 in here, let's see the result. Okay, I'll put in the class. It'll be image class, and then image 2. All right, and then we go over here, and you can see now we have 1 and then 2. Okay, so if I was to resize this to a different size, you can see that they do flex. They're in 2 separate classes, but they work together. Okay, and you can see why they pop to the side. Now, you probably have hopefully understood why this happens. Is that since we're working at 50%, our width of a content area is 100%, and these two images within that content area only equal 60%, they will go next to each other. Okay, so if I was to say this was going to be 90% instead, they'll pop down. And then as I change the image size, this will be always 90% across, and this will always be 10%. Okay, so if you have any questions on this, this is a very useful thing to do with your mobile sites, and I highly recommend you use this when you work with Imgur, because it really won't work out if you don't. Okay, so if you have any questions, please email me. I'll post this file on the Blackboard site, and I'll give you a link to it. Okay, talk to you later.